Super Mario Odyssey is arguably the best Mario 3D platformer of all time. The game is notorious for having too many moons, 999 in total to be exact. Now for the most part, finding these moons is what makes the game great. However, getting some of them can be so irritatingly difficult that you want to throw your Switch out the window and never play a Mario game again. In this video, we're going to look at what in my opinion are the 7 toughest moons to get in the game. The moons that require the most amount of skill to literally grab, and the best ways to get them all. Also, if you haven't finished the game, most of these are post-game levels which contain spoilers to secret kingdoms that you may have not unlocked if you haven't finished the game. So if you don't want me to spoil the game for you, don't watch this video. Number 1. Wooded Kingdom Master Cup Koopa Race. Now at first this moon doesn't seem that difficult, just be fast, have good technique, and get to the finish line. However, you soon realize that the only way to win this cup is by doing a super long jump off this ledge. You have to perfectly master a long jump, then a cappy throw, then jump off cappy, and do another long jump. For more experienced players, this is pretty simple to master. However, for more beginner and intermediate players, this can be a real challenge. One slip and you're dead. The next 2 moons are located on the dark side of the moon. It's Vanishing Road Rush and Vanishing Road Challenge. In these 2 levels, you need to run for your life. Run as fast as you physically can, because before you know it, this road is gonna vanish and you will drop to your death. What makes these 2 moons incredibly difficult is that, first of all, you have no cappy to help you, and second of all, you have to have perfect technique, because one slip up and you are dead. The way to get this moon is start off with a dive jump and keep holding ZL the entire time. This causes Mario to constantly keep rolling and then also keep jumping for speed. The second part, start with a dive jump, and then do a triple jump, and then keep running, and then here do another dive jump, 2 dive jumps, do 2 dive jumps here, another dive jump, and you made it. And then for the second moon, Vanishing Road Challenge, you gotta dive jump twice, then do another dive jump holding down ZL, so you keep rolling, and then just go as fast as you can. Triple jump, and you got it. Moon number 4, one of the most notorious moons in the game, Jump Rope Genius. Just jump normally until you get to about 40, 45, and then when it gets too fast for you, just cappy throw on top of your jump. And the most important thing is, when you land, hold down B or A for jump for as little time as you can, for a split second. So just Mario stays on the ground for a split second, and then you will make it. Herding sheep above the forest fog. The most probably torturous level in the entire game is found in the Wooded Kingdom, and what you have to do is get the sheep into its cage-like circle. What makes this level possibly the most difficult level in the entire game is that for the other levels, you could just practice, and when you have good skill, you will master the level. But with the sheep level, you have no way to control the success of this level, because this sheep does what it wants. You can push the sheep nicely, but then sometimes the sheep just decides to run off and kill itself. And that's why this level is so hard. Also, you can't throw the sheep in a straight line. Most of the time it just goes kind of flying to the side. You can try ground stomping, but that doesn't really change anything either. So the way to do it is just be careful during this first section, and at the end, you have to be patient. You have to let the sheep come by itself to the edge here, not too close to the edge, but somewhere here in the middle, and then knock it and just pray that it flies onto the next level. If you're a person who has little patience, you will not succeed this level. Beach Volleyball, Hero of the Beach, is another notorious moon, much like the jump rope moon, where you have to hit the volleyball 100 times in order to get the moon. One way you could do it is just stand in the middle, always, and just throw your hat at the volleyball. But this can be a bit tricky, so what I suggest doing is go into 2-player mode, go into the field as Mario, and then once the game starts, take Mario off the field slightly and just play as Cappy, because Cappy is much faster than Mario, and it's much easier to get 100 hits this way. Now the final, and my personal most difficult moon in the entire game, is the final level of Super Mario Odyssey, Long Journey's End, in the darker side of the moon. So this first section, basically just run through it. You can make a stack of Goombas and kill this flying helicopter hat thing, but the only thing that gives you is just a 3-up heart. In this first section here, the key is to wall jump off the walls and the poles. And here just wait for the swings to come up and swing. Pretty straightforward. In this barrel section, what you gotta do is do long jumps. So just keep long jumping and you will make it. In this bit here, just be careful, take your time, and it's pretty straightforward to get in the holes. This next section is also straightforward and doesn't really need explaining. In this section, honestly, you can do a long jump to avoid these guys, but personally, I just take a hit and just go straight through them. The Yoshi bit is very straightforward, very easy, you don't really have to do anything. This Vanishing Flower Road, just run across it. Now you can answer the Sphinx's riddle here to get a 3-up heart. Now the trick here, if you don't want to do this wall, throw Cappy kind of diagonally. You do a backflip while holding Y, holding Cappy, and then letting go of Cappy once you're on the platform. And then you're going to be lifted up, skipping the entire wall section. Now the key here is to only change directions once you're in the wind gusts. Do not change direction at all once you fly towards the wind gusts, because that will cause the guy to get lower and lower, and you want to stay as high in the air as possible. The other way to do it is to just shake your Joy-Cons, because that will maintain his height. That's important, otherwise you will miss the gusts of wind and not make it to the next platform. This bit is pretty easy, just make sure to not miss the forks. What you gotta do is first stand on the bottom right edge and throw Cappy straight. And then, like I am here, a few seconds after where I am here, and just throw Cappy this way. Then, around this bit, come here and throw Cappy downwards, just straight downwards. Do not throw him at the spike thing, because that will cause those things to start, and then you are basically screwed. Then it's going to be impossible to dodge the electricity and the little colorful guys. In this section, try to poke in the center of the Bowser plates, and then once you get here, go up as fast as you can, because these plates will knock you down. The Donkey Kong bit is pretty straightforward, just try not to get killed by the barrels, and you need to hit Donkey Kong 4 times to beat him. Next we have the Bowser section. This is also pretty straightforward. All you have to do is just destroy the rocks in front while also turning and destroying the rocks in the back. And after this section, you are done. You get a beautiful thank you message. And you are done. Now, an honorable mention is Breakdown Road Final Challenge. This is a level that a lot of people struggle with. It's located in the dark side of the moon, and the tricky thing about this one is that the section on top is not that difficult, but to get the second moon, you have to successfully do many almost perfect long jumps on these tiny little platforms in order to get the bullet bill to follow you and to break that back wall to unlock the moon. What you gotta do is just basically press the long jump buttons over and over. The trick here is on every platform that you get to, give it like a split second before doing the next one, because then you will succeed. If you just keep long jumping, you will hit the brick and fall. But if you give it a split second once landing onto every platform, you will make it. Do you guys also find these moons to be the most difficult moons in the game? If not, let me know in the comments below which moons you had the toughest time getting. Thanks so much for watching. If you liked this video and if I helped you to get these moons, please give the video a like and share it with your friends who are struggling with the most difficult moons in Super Mario Odyssey. Thanks for watching.